following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
It's back. Meet our pet of the week, Elida, just a few minutes away.
And I'll sit down with the director of an event that's been running strong for 48 years.
And homecoming week comes to a close with a highly anticipated Open to Leatherneck Football's conference play. Good morning, Macomb. I'm Brianna Descaray.
And I'm Johnny Cafford.
It's homecoming week, and that means the homecoming parade and road closures.
If you live in town, you'll need to avoid some routes.
West Jefferson Street will be closed from Ward to Randolph beginning at 7 a.m. as homecoming parade participants will be lining up for the event.
A detour of Highway 136-67 will route traffic around West University Drive to Wigwam Hollow Road at 10 a.m. until the event is concluded. The bypass will be closed from the intersections of Johnson and Jackson Street to the Lafayette and Calhoun Street intersection.
Local traffic trying to commute across town should travel east and west on Grant Street to avoid congestion during the parade. In more homecoming news, Western Hall's seats were filled at Tuesday's variety show, but that didn't stop people from piling in to see it. Some people in the audience were even standing.
The V-show's theme was Rocky's Road Trip. The audience saw it all, from dances to skits and even some singing. The V-show is a staple during WIU's homecoming week, which comes to an end this weekend.
It's not you, it's me.
Dear John letters used to be a common as well as cold way to break up a romance, but now more teens are choosing to ditch an ex with a text.
A study by the Pew Research Center shows about 30% of teens have used their phones to bid farewell to a former sweetie. Still, the survey found most teens agree in-person goodbye is more acceptable, despite the awkwardness.
Have you ever been guilty of breaking up with someone over a text?
I have.
Yeah, me too. By the way, check your phone. News 3 wants to bring you closer to an animal who is in need of a loving home.
This week's Pet of the Week, Elida. News 3's Emily Claus got a chance to meet Elida and hear her story.
Right now, I have Elida, and then I've got 4 of her puppies at my house as well, and we have a 5th puppy in another foster home here in Macomb. She loves to play with other dogs. She did really, really well with a male dog that we had in that I had in my house that I was fostering. When we got Elida, we got her from a shelter, a kill shelter near East St. Louis. They only let the dogs be in that shelter for 7 days, and then they will euthanize if they're not adopted. She was pregnant at the time, so they knew that she would not be adoptable, so she would have been killed if she hadn't found rescue. 3 weeks later, she had her puppies. That was she started having them Easter Sunday, and she raised 10 healthy puppies, and all but 5 of them have been adopted. She's probably around 2 years old. She is spayed, microchipped, and up to date on vaccinations, and she's ready to be adopted.
Elida was full of energy and would make a great family pet. I can't wait to meet next week's Pet of the Week. For News 3, I'm Emily Claus.
If you would like to adopt Elida or one of her pups, contact the Epitome Dog Rescue Organization. To follow Elida's story, like Epitome Dog Rescue on Facebook. And now on to New to the Queue, our segment that highlights this week's most notable additions to Netflix's instant streaming service. This week's film is Batman Begins. Guarded Dark Knight trilogy. The star-studded cast features such names as Michael Caine, Gary Oldman, and of course Christian Bale as Playboy Bruce Wayne. As a child, Wayne witnesses the death of his parents as they're shot in a mugging gone wrong. Later in life, Wayne relocates to Asia, where Ra's al Ghul, played by Liam Neeson, trains him in the art of fighting crime. Wayne eventually returns to Gotham, facing such villains as the Scarecrow while taking on the persona of the Batman. Batman Begins was added to Netflix instant streaming yesterday. It's rated PG-13 and currently sits just shy of 5 out of 5 stars. And that's what's new in your queue. Bree?
Coming up next on Good Morning Macomb, Chris Beatty from Spoon River Drive will join us on set to talk about the event starting tomorrow. Stay tuned on Good Morning Macomb. Later in sports, after a sluggish start, the WIU volleyball team is starting to gain some traction as they return to their home court.
everywhere. At News 3, we go the distance and tell them firsthand. Across the region,
the tornado tore through a neighborhood in Washington, Illinois.
Across the state.
Here at the state capitol in Springfield for the gubernatorial race.
Across generations.
We have a lot of people that are very dedicated. We're all volunteers.
The stories that inform us, the stories that move us, the stories that matter from a fresh perspective.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. The pressure's too much. I quit.
I get it. I can do better. Just please don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Before the lights go on, dedication, teamwork, precision. Award-winning leadership brings you Macomb's only local TV newscast. On the air, live at 4, Friday mornings at 10, and online all the time. Our community, your community, News 3.
Taking train to go. Stand by 3 for the push-in.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up.
Now from Macomb in high definition. Good Morning Macomb continues.
Joining me this morning on Good Morning Macomb is one of the directors of the Spoon River Valley Scenic Drive, Chris Beatty. Chris, thank you so much for joining me today. Now, I know this is a big event that occurs over a couple of weekends. How far do vendors generally travel to come to this event?
We actually have vendors that come from all over the country, a lot from the Midwest, of course.
Sure.
But with an average of 400 vendors a year, they come from all over.
Okay. And Spoon River Drive is over 100 miles long. So which towns does the Scenic Drive run through?
Actually, there's 20 different official sites on the Spoon River Drive that starts on the northern end of Astoria. Excuse me, the southern end is Astoria. Mm-hmm. The northern end is Elmwood, from east to west, from Canton to Avon. Okay. And all kinds in between.
Sure. And I understand the food at this event is just to die for. What kind of foods can we expect to see at this event?
About anything you can imagine.
Okay.
From your typical carnival food to specialty items. It's impossible to even begin to list all the foods that you can find there.
Are there any particular highlights, anything that people really come from all around to try?
Not really. There's just so much. A lot of people drive the drive by their stomachs.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. They have a set routine. They are at a certain site in the morning for breakfast, a certain site for lunch.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Oh, it is.
I bet. And you hear tons of people talk about how fantastic these weekends are, from the food, art, shopping, scenery. What is your personal favorite part about the Spoon River Drive?
Now, that's kind of a loaded question. It's pretty hard to pick a specific thing that's my highlight. I think the thing I enjoy the most is getting to talk with people from all over the country when I'm at different sites visiting. Finding out people save vacation time just to come to Fulton County for the Spoon River Drive. Mm-hmm. So I'd say my favorite is the people.
Sure. And can you tell us a little bit about how did you get involved with all of this?
That's kind of a long story. The short version of it is I got involved 10 years ago because I wanted to be a part of the Spoon River Drive. So the short end of it is that I started just as an associate member, mm-hmm. and then I became a board member, and have been for a few years now.
Okay. Does this bring a lot to the community? Is there a lot of a big community aspect to this, something that's looked forward to by the people in the area?
Most, yes. There are some that are a little concerned about the traffic.
Oh, not because of the traffic.
But the communities that are involved benefit in a lot of different ways from the Spoon River Drive. The traffic that's into their town, the gas stations, the restaurants, the museums, things that people don't normally get to see, they get to see during these 2 weekends.
How many people would you say normally come into the area?
There's no real way to count that. We assume, from what we know, several thousand.
Wow.
We could be up to 50,000 if you tried to count all 20 areas.
Incredible. I'm sure that brings a lot of tourism revenue to the area. I'm sure
Yes,
it has
it
a
does.
lot of benefits involved.
Yes, it does.
Sure. What? Who do you normally see getting involved? Who are some of the vendors? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, they range in age groups.
Okay.
We have the handcrafted vendor, we have flea markets, we have antiques, we have collectibles, and as we spoke earlier, food galore.
Sure. It sounds like it's going to be a fantastic time. And Chris, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're more than welcome.
And if you make sure you head out to Spoon River Drive starting this Saturday and Sunday. It's going to continue on next weekend as well. For more information, you can visit the website, which you can find at the bottom of your screen. And up next, a new segment here on Good Morning Macomb. News 3's Sam T. Jensen looks inside the lesser-known clubs on campus, and we pull a staff favorite out from our vault. That's ahead.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move?
In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
We will not wait any longer.
In front of a crowd.
Thine eyes have seen the glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed all that.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
If you've ever wanted to participate in a club or simply experience something new, then our new segment, In the Club, might be just for you.
We have one of News 3's very own out there on the field getting his hands dirty.
I'm Sam T. Jensen, and we're here at Throwing Thursdays. And we're here with Ian Shelley, who's a professor of ceramics. And he's going to tell us a little bit about what exactly you guys do here.
Well, Throwing Thursdays was an event that I didn't start. It was started a couple years before I got here, and it was designed to bring people into our world. Some people come in here with the idea it's something that's easily conquered, like studying or picking up some skills, but it really requires a relaxed, meditative frame of mind so you don't get frustrated.
How does it make you feel when you're training people how to work with clay that maybe have never even touched it before?
It's really exciting because they don't know what to expect. So when they're having trouble and I show them, like, hold your hands this way instead of that way, sometimes they have that aha moment.
Sure.
And sometimes they just continue to struggle, but the fact that they keep coming back is really exciting.
We have everybody from people who have never touched clay before, people who are maybe bored in the dorms, people from the community that also come up, which is great too, because we also have classes and programming for them as well. We have people with clay experience, either in high school or at a junior college or somewhere else that maybe their major's not ceramics, so they don't really want to take a class, but they need to get their hands in that clay.
Sure. Throwing Thursdays is every Thursday from 5 to 7 in room 111 at the Heating Plant Annex. And if you just keep working at it, you could make something like this, or like that. I'm quite proud of it, though. For News 3, I'm Sam T. Jensen.
Thanks a lot to Sam for that. If you'd like your club featured on Good Morning Macomb, message us on Facebook or email us at news3wiu.com. You know, I did that a couple weeks ago. I was no good. I thought it was going to be easy, like he said. It wasn't. I tried to make a bowl, failed about 4 different times. So go out and try it out, though. It's a lot of fun. So the Cubs have clinched a playoff spot and have a wild card game next week against the Pirates.
In celebration, we took a step back into the vault and pulled out this gem.
Baseball season's underway.
Oh, man. All right, right there.
Well, you better get ready for a brand new day. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
1, 2, 3, yes, sir.
Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. They got the power, they got the speed to be the best in the National League. Well, this is the year and the Cubs are in. So come on down to Wrigley Field. We're singing now, go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go!
I still see him go.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say?
I like that one.
The Cubs are
You
gonna
didn't make it out of infield. Shut up.
Baseball time is here again. You can catch it all on WGN. Hey, Mario, you're not holding it. So stamp your feet and clap your hands.
Do the wave.
Chicago Cubs got the greatest fan. I hear 'em singing now. Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go!
Let's go home.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
Let's go!
Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. It's a man! Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna
I remember that. That was a lot of fun. Can I give you a guess? Who won? Just by looking at that video, who do you think won?
The team you were on?
It wasn't even a team, it was just me.
Oh, it was just you?
me.
It was just you, okay.
I think I got like 4 out of 5 out into the outfield, so I took home the trophy that year. Maybe we'll do a redo this year.
That would be really fun, because I didn't get to do that one.
Oh, you
so.
didn't? Okay. Well, maybe I've got a challenger here.
Oh, I'll beat you. Up next, the big homecoming football game is tomorrow against Southern Illinois. See how excited the Leathernecks are to get back in the win column.
We're back in a moment.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change.
Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it. Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women.
I could use your help.
Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Which planet are we living on? It's right here.
What do you think it would be like to teach?
We're all a part of our...
Chances are, you have no idea.
We're gonna turn on the lights and everybody look up.
Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Now, how do you make it happen? Think purple, think success, think Western Illinois University.
My favorite thing about WIU is how much we work as a team. Everyone here has helped immensely, and when we work together, the outcome is amazing. Producing for the newscast, writing for the newscast, going to city council every Monday, it's something that I've learned that it takes a team. There's no such thing as an I. If there's an I, then we know that something's going to go wrong. I really do believe WIU has prepared me for the outside world. I can't wait to see where I end up. I have to thank everyone that has been involved. You know, Jasmine Creighton, she has managed to help me overcome that scary part. And the way that you have a great show is not the content that you have, it's the people who you work with. And here at WIU, I have had a chance to work with some excellent people.
The Western Illinois volleyball team is now focusing on Summit League play as they return home this weekend.
Cody Snodgrass has more.
After starting the season off 0-9, Coach Richardson has his volleyball team in the right direction, winning 3 out of the last 7 games.
You know, it's definitely not a, surprise that it's taken us a little bit of time. We were expecting that, and that's okay. The key was getting prepped and having it all coming together at conference, which is what we're starting to see.
One player Coach Richardson has had to rely on is senior outside hitter Peyton Crosser, who leads the team in kills with 166.
Work a lot on hitting around blocks and working on hitting high hands and over the block. So that's something that's obviously helped me a lot. We work on also just different shots, not hitting to the middle of the floor, kind of hitting the corners.
Coach Richardson and the Leathernecks are going to have a little more to deal with than the Mastodons from IPFW. They have to deal with this makeshift court they have in Brophy Hall.
Obviously the best thing for us is that we're in here all week practicing, so that gives us the opportunity to already be on this court and kind of get the feeling of the building and our surroundings. We were in here in preseason too a little bit, so we spent about a week in here. So we kind of, I don't want to say that it's not home because it kind of feels a little bit like home. We've been over here, we've prepped, so I think that we'll do just fine.
The Leathernecks will have its conference opener this Friday, October 2nd at 7 o'clock in Brophy Hall. For News 3, I'm Cody Snodgrass.
Thanks a lot, Cody. The Leathernecks play IPFW tonight, then also host IUPUI Sunday at 1 back inside Western Hall. And tomorrow is not just the Missouri Valley Conference opener for the Leatherneck football team, but it's also the homecoming game. Eric Sutera has more on how Western is gearing up for the homecoming battle versus Southern Illinois.
It is homecoming this weekend here at Western Illinois University. And after a month off from play at Hanson Field, the football team returns home to take on the Southern Illinois Salukis.
It's going to be a big game for us, starting off conference, so, we got to come out with the W.
This is the last one, and, every game is special, so, we're just trying to win.
The marketing department also does a really good job kind of giving the word out for the homecoming events. The fans are doing a really good job for every home game, but however, there is a different atmosphere that goes around with the all special events going around.
The Leathernecks are currently 1-2 on the season, and with the fan support they'll get on this homestand, they hope to use that to gain momentum.
Oh, it's definitely great, because when we come out here and see that there's a packed house and we have a lot of support, that hasn't happened in the past couple of years.
We got to win every game at home because, we're going to have some tough games in the way, going against North Dakota State and going against ISU, so we just got to get the wins at home and play tough places at ISU, and then everything. We got to start with 1 week at a time, though.
For true freshman Steve McShane, this will be his first homecoming as a college athlete.
It's supposed to be an exciting experience for me. Everybody gonna be here, my family coming and stuff like that, so it'd be great for me to experience this. In high school, you would never see that many people in the stands. That's what it is now, so that's a lot different. I really like that.
Homecoming can be an exciting time for a college athlete, and for some football players, it carries a special meaning to it.
You're going to see a lot of alumni coming down on the sidelines supporting Western Illinois University, so it's just everybody coming together.
It means family, honestly, family. And as I tell my team all the time, I mean, we're going to have to be a family to play. And homecoming, that brings us together.
Make sure you represent the Leatherneck as best you can possibly be. I'm proud to be one, and hopefully I end the year out in the best way.
The game against the Salukis will be held right here at Hanson Field, so come cheer on your Leathernecks tomorrow. Kickoff is set for 3 p.m. Reporting for News 3, I'm Eric Sutera.
Thanks, Eric. Kickoff from Hanson Field tomorrow against the Salukis is set for 3:05.
You can watch the game live on ESPN3.com.
It's time to throw your laser pointers in the trash.
Even your cat will be addicted to your iPad.
That story coming up next.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Crack yellow.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Instead of an old mouse, an old stuffed mouse, or squeaky toy, many apps are now being marketed for cats.
Friskies has been producing digital games for cats since 2011. They involve tempting cats to chase moving targets on the screen of a phone or a tablet.
There is also a gadget that mimics old school yarn and fake mice and uses a laser to get their attention.
I don't know. Do you have to pay for those? I wonder if you have to pay for those.
I don't know.
I'm no good at video games.
Me either.
So maybe I could download one of these. I might be pretty good at that.
Chasing the little fish around?
Chasing the little fish around. I think I might be able to pull that off. Yeah,
You're going to chase the yarn too and the laser pointer?
Yeah, well, I do that anyway. I chase yarn around. It's one of my hobbies. Well, thank you so much for joining us this Friday morning.
Catch a replay of this show and all other News 3 programs on YouTube and our website, news3wiu.com.
I'm Johnny Cather.
And I'm Brianna Descaray.
And for all of us at News 3,
have a great weekend.